Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop-lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics, LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws Late Model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Signal I need to cut across 8 lane. None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody
Rockingham Speedway, North Carolina Motor Speedway, or just the Rock. Rockingham is among stock car racing's most historic racetracks. Opened in October 1965, Rockingham hosted 2 NASCAR Grand National, now Cup Series races annually until 2004 when it was dropped from the schedule of NASCAR's Premier Series. During those 4 decades, a virtual who's who of stock car racing visited Victory Lane at Rockingham, beginning with Curtis Turner, winner of the 1965 inaugural American 500, and going on to include Richard Petty, David Pearson, Bobby Allison, Cal Yarborough, Darrell Waltrip, Bill Elliott, Dale Earnhardt, Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon, and Mark Martin, with Matt Kenseth taking the final win in 2004. Opened as a flat 1-mile oval, Rockingham underwent a major overhaul in 1969 when it was reconfigured to a D-shaped, high-bank track measuring just over a mile, with an infield road course added for good measure. Track surface has proven to be particularly abrasive, adding tire conservation to the track's already daunting challenges. In recent years, Rockingham has played host to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, ARCA, the Wayland Southern Modified Tour, and the UARA Stars Late Model Series. But tonight, it's the IROC Challenge Series 3 Wide with DJG 175, and it's next on Track Limits Network. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the virtual Rockingham Speedway. Race number 2, the 3 Wide with DJG 175. Let's take a look at the race details tonight. 73-degree ambient temperature, 78% humidity under cloudy skies, 3-mile-per-hour breeze. Track temperature pretty cool, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Race distance 175 laps. Stage coming at lap 35. It's not a stage break. It is just a time to pay out some points. There will be no caution thrown for it. Fuel capacity at 70%, 4 sets of tires over the wall, 1 faster pair, 3 attempts at a green-white checkered finish. Practice and qualifying in the books. The warm-up session underway. Aaron Smith, the top time, a 23.349 seconds, just edging out TJ Majors at 23.37. Then the 29 to Strader with a 39, Kevin McCann with a 40. And the 00 of Mike Koch, 5th quick, 23.407. Some tight times here, even in the warm-up session. We'll see what that yields for us in tonight's race. Just about a minute left in this warm-up session. We'll get right into the starting grid immediately after, and then into our race. We got Zorku in the IROC chat already. Says that's a wild soundbite to use. I don't know what soundbite I used. Help me out, Zorku. I don't know what it was. Again, it is the 3 Wide with DJG 175 here tonight from Rockingham Speedway, presented by IROC. Sponsors on board this evening, the RS12 Motorsports, Coles County Speedway, R&R Racewear, Anything EC, Sparkle and Shine Mobile Detailing, of course 3 Wide with DJG, Cherry Motorsports, Supreme 3D Printing, Spartan Transportation LLC, Premier Racing Setups, and Care for Kids. Warm up in the books. Time for our starting grid. Let's get to it. On the pole position with a lap time of 23.292 seconds, it's the 3 of Brian McCann. Outside pole, it's the 1 of Lilith Peters. Missed it by 61 thousandths of a second. Row number 2, it's Aaron Smith and Kevin McCann. Row 3, Evan Janik and TJ Majors. Row 4, Brandon Mefford and Adam Pettit. Row 5, it's the 2 of Neil Quick and Christian Strader. Starting 11th, the 75 Mystery Motorsports machine of Chuck Sweeting. 12th will be William Tyndall. 13th starter, it's Chris Mefford. 14th is Mike Koch. Chris Goins rolls off the Track Bar Motorsports 38. He'll start 15th. 16th is Matthew Mormon. 17th, Steve Durbin.
Garrett Johnston starts in the 18th position with Jason Nile just 19th, Brandon Leclerc 20th. Timmy Schofield will start in the 21st spot, Jim Pileski 22nd, Doug Wysocki 23rd. Matt Kopp will start 24th. Newt Quick 25th, Jesse King back in action, he'll start 26th, Kyle Hardy 27th, Josh Mears 28th, Joshua Funkhauser 29th, Peter Ruzick will start 30th, 31st Kyle White, 32nd Larry Bruner. Brett Rinn with 5-Star Racing starts 33rd, Andrew Allen 34th. Kyle Pendergraph 35th, 36th Brent Butler. Casey Benz rolls from the 37th spot. Adam Benefiel 38th, Todd Cleek 39th, Chris Wally 40th deep in the field, and last but not least, shotgun on the field. The 11 of Zachary Cleek rolls off in the 41st position. Field on their opening pace lap. I believe only one pace lap here at the Rock. Race details quickly again here. 175 laps the distance. Stage at lap 35. No brake. Fuel capacity at 70%. 4 sets of tires over the wall. 1 fast repair. 3 attempts at a green, white checkered finish. And the track temp coming down now 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
Green flag.
Race car is in, green flag in the air. We are underway in North Carolina. Oh, trouble on a turn number 2. 1 car around. It's the 7.
Caution.
Yellow is out before we
Pointing
get
out.
half a lap in. Evan Janik in trouble early. Doesn't appear that he's hit anything. But quickly under the caution flag as we get this thing underway. Let's take a look at it. Looks like Janik hit the bump there in the middle of 1 and 2, and he got a little loose and put him down to the apron of the racetrack. Gets the left sides there on the yellow line and just loose on exit. TJ Majors will quickly go around to the outside. Janik almost had it saved, but little overcorrection. Lucky, though, does not really hit anything. Cars are a little bit to handle here on the opening laps. Tire pressure is low, tire temperature is low. Got to get some air in those tires, but you need some heat to do that. And a couple of corners just isn't enough. Janik will head to pit lane here, maybe to put some tires on. Janik's got to back it up in the box a little bit too deep. No tires on the 7 here, maybe just fuel. Should get the 1 to go here as they cross start finish, and there it is. Lights are off on the iRacing pace car. Front row is going to be Brian McCann and Lilith Peters. McCann in the black and orange number 3. Peters up top in the purple number 1. Further down through the top 10, it's Aaron Smith, Kevin McCann, TJ Majors, Brandon Mefford, Adam Pettit, Christian Strader, Neil Quick, and Chuck Sweeting. It does appear we do have one driver already out of the race. That's Zachary Cleek. Cleek did not take the green flag, so I'm not sure the situation there with the 11 machine. Maybe connection issues likely for the 11. So we'll give it another go. It'll be lap 5 when we take the green flag.
Green flag.
Green flag. Ken fired off. I don't know if he went early there. There's 3 lines there coming to start-finish. Of course, the start-finish line is one of them. Hopefully he didn't get dinged for that. And quickly, Aaron Smith up into the 2nd spot. It's clear of Peters. Peters now back to 5th as TJ Majors applies the pressure. Short-lived as Peters goes top of the racetrack. Looks like Majors will have the spot. Peters hung on the outside here, trying to find a way back down in line. Continues to shed positions. Way up the racetrack again, trying to work in that high line early here at Rockingham. Going to have a battle for the lead before we know it, though, as Aaron Smith has already reeled in Brian McCann. A car length, maybe a car length and a half between the two. Peters stepping out of line, trying to go back to TJ Majors, gets to the inside. Both drivers up the racetrack. Peters trying to hang on to that race car, trying to get the handle for that thing as we're 8 laps in here in Rockingham. On board with Brian McCann, the bumper cam looking back at Aaron Smith. McCann driving it very deep into the corner, but that's going to open the door for a better exit for Aaron Smith. Got a little bit closer. About a 1/10 and a half between the two, entering into 3. Then McCann drives it deep into the corner again. Top 3 starting to stretch their legs here. The McCann brothers. The slices of bread in the Aaron Smith sandwich. Aaron there in that 2nd spot, the yellow number 70 that everyone has feared over the course of a few IROC seasons. He has been dominant, but some stiff competition this season. We'll see if Aaron can do anything about it. Big wiggle, we got a car in the fence. Trouble off of turn number 2, still no caution. Heavy damage. 49 machine in trouble. Adam Pettit. Right front severely damaged, nose ripped off. There is a faster pair in this series. He's going to have to burn one here. So Pettit already down a lap after that crash. Again, did not draw a yellow flag. And there's the faster pair used. Pettit down and away, back in action, but he's got a long night ahead of him now. Zorku in the chat says, I'm very surprised to see they didn't throw a caution with how shredded that car is. Unfortunately, it's just an algorithm here with iRacing. There's no live admin throwing caution flags. Some tracks it's less sensitive than others. Daytona was a prime example of that, but the caution is out now.
Okay, quickly tell me what you think you had there.
Not sure what we got going on here. Maybe Christian Strader. May have had a bigger incident after the fact. See if we can figure this out. Oh, a little bit of contact into the back of Mefford in front of Lilith Peters. Peters goes up the racetrack, gets around the incident. Strader to the bottom of the racetrack. I think Strader keeps it off the wall, and he does. There might have been an issue after the yellow. Let's see what happens here. This is Chris Mefford in the 46. He gets the fence. This off a 2. Smacks it again here in Thunder Alley, and then it's a big stack up. Multiple drivers coming in here. Oh, this can be a big one. Nose to nose. Big trouble in turn 3. Appears that drivers involved there was Chris Mefford, Steve Durbin, Josh Funkhauser, Casey Bentz, Brandon Leclerc, Kyle White, Todd Kleek, Brett Whitrin, Brett Butler, Adam Benefiel, Chris Wally, just to name a few. So it sets us up for another restart. Not a whole lot of takers on pit lane at this point, other than the drivers involved in that incident, and there was a handful. Evan Janik back in the pits. Doug Wysocki will head back out in number 34. Lights are out on the 1 to go. Catch the restart here, lap 19. Front row will be Brian McCann and Aaron Smith, and Kevin McCann, TJ Majors, and then Brandon Mefford in P5. Barney with the green in hand.
Green flag.
Side by side, the battle for the lead through turns 1 and 2. Aaron Smith with the run to the outside of Brian McCann. They'll drag race down through Thunder Alley. We got trouble again to the back straightaway. Do they save it? Looks like they held on to it for now. Back up front, still fighting for the top spot. Side by side off of turn number 4. Coming to the stripe. Aaron Smith leads it. On board with Aaron Smith. McCann drives it deep into turn 1. Back to the gas. He'll get clear again of Aaron Smith. Crossover move coming. Couldn't make it work. Some more bumping and banging off of turn number 2. We stay green. TJ Majors now working his way towards the front. He's up to the 3rd position. Kevin McCann 4th. Chuck Sweeting now 5th. Car in the wall. Brandon Mefford pushed a little strong off of turn 4, slaps the right side in the safer barrier, but keeps his foot in it now alongside Lilith Peters. Big run for Mefford, but nowhere to go. Has to check up. Oh, Lilith Peters almost gets into the back of Chuck Sweeting as well. Lots of action here just outside the top 5. William Tyndall now going to the bottom of the racetrack on Christian Strader. Almost got pinched off, had to check up to avoid contact. Now Chris Goins working his way around the outside. Lots of traffic here at Rockingham. Matt Kopp maybe in trouble again. Let's take a look. He's already in pit lane. Did he have another issue? 96 was up the track. And Kopp just loses it. Hits the inside pit wall in the backstretch awfully hard. Goes straight to pit lane.
Caution's out.
And we do have a yellow again. We got big trouble on the back straightaway. Still cars wrecking into 3. 60 just coming up the track. Matt Mormon, heavy damage to the front of that machine. Looks like Mormon, Neil Quick, Garrett Johnston, among others involved. Whoa, big time hit there off of turn number 2. Looks like Neil Quick came up the racetrack, was not clear. We'll find a better angle of it for you. Mormon was there. Neil Quick almost getting up on his lid. And once again, pit road becoming a busy place, but not amongst the top 13 drivers. Under our third caution here at Rockingham Speedway. I want to take a moment just to remind everybody we are dual streaming here at Track Limits Network. It'll be on the Track Limits Network channel on YouTube. It'll also be on IROC TV, also on YouTube. Doesn't matter where you're watching from, just help us out. Hit that like button on both channels if you wouldn't mind. Doubled up, ready to get back racing here in Rockingham. Pace car about to make the left turn into pit lane.
Green flag.
start finish. McCann leads the lap. About 2/10 the advantage over Aaron Smith. Now behind them, TJ Majors hanging on to third. Brandon Mefford thought about trying to get to the outside of the 6. Nothing doing there. Runs in the tire tracks now. Nowhere to go down low. So to the top, he'll try again. Oh, hits the wall off in turn 4. It's going to jack him up. Peters on the brakes to avoid contact. Does a good job avoiding. Oh boy, one car out of shape down the back straightaway, straightens it out. That might have been Lilith Peters. Peters was there battling with Brandon Mefford and Kevin McCann. Now finds herself in 11th. More battling here just outside the top 10. Another car on its shape. It's the 60 again, I think. No. Looks like that may have been the 14 of Kyle Pendergraft. Hangs on to it. Oh, we got big time trouble. The 60's around, and this time for good.
You want something to drink?
Matt Mormon around and in the wall.
Captain Morgan and Diet Coke.
Caution number 4, 38 laps in here from the Rock. Let's take a look, shall we? So Mormon up the racetrack. Got a lot of wheel in it here, running in the tire tracks of the 49 machine. That's Adam Pettit. And just loses it. Brandon Leclerc getting a chunk of the 60 as well. James Pileski, the number 93 machine, will head to pit lane, as well as some others. Lilith Peters, Jesse King, of course, Kyle Pendergraft, Peter Ruzick. A lot of tore-up race cars already here tonight in Rockingham. You'd think we're at Martinsville. So back out front, Brian McCann maintains his position in the top spot over Aaron Smith. I think Aaron's got a lap or two led here tonight, but hasn't really been able to stay out in front of Brian McCann. It was a quick pass, got clear of the 3, but Brian quickly took the position back. And we've got a new stream chatter, Alice Allen in the IROC TV chat. Thanks for saying hey. Brian McCann, another stellar restart. Gets a car length before they head down into turn number 1 on Aaron Smith. Brandon Mefford was to the outside of Majors there, wasn't able to stay alongside the 6. Runs in the tire tracks of TJ off of 2, down the back straightaway. The top 5, 6, single file. And a move for the race lead. Aaron Smith taking a look to the inside, down into turns 1 and 2. Brian McCann way up the racetrack. Will he have a run to defend? Had to lift a little bit, lost the nose slightly on exit. And coming into the fray, he wants the race lead too. It's TJ Majors way up in the marbles in turns 3 and 4. And miraculously, Brian McCann maintains the race lead. I thought he was done for. TJ Majors, though, he's got second and wanting more. He's looking to the top side of the racetrack too. He wants that lead. Guys are giving it everything right now. TJ to the inside for the lead down into 1. Drives it deep into the corner. Slide job up in front of McCann. McCann gonna cross over. Back to the inside goes the 3. Side-by-side battle for the race lead here in Rockingham. 45 laps in. Stellar racing here early in the running. Majors hangs on to it. Top 2 drivers running very distinctly different lines. TJ loving the high side right now. Brian McCann keeps it down the bottom. We'll go on board now with Brian McCann, see what he sees in the driver's eye camera. Back to the inside. Majors hanging out of the top spot. McCann is able to get alongside a couple of times, but just not enough momentum to get through. Now he's got to worry about Aaron Smith, who's right to the back bumper of the 3. Closes the door off of 4. It was close quarters, but the caution is out again. Matt Mormon in the 60 in trouble all over again, third time tonight.
This week, so make sure we're minding our P's and Q's.
So 5th caution of the night, 52 laps in. Let's take a look. Mormon just got loose again, and a little bit of help from the 00. Mike Koch. Been a tough night for the 60. Zorku in the chat says, Majors better be careful with how much tire he's shredding. Doesn't matter now. Gonna get a fresh set here. First round of pit stops for many of the top 10. Just shy of a third distance here at Rockingham. Right side tires going on the 6 machine. Sunoco race fuel going in. Crew around to the driver's side. Jack is underneath. 4-tire change for TJ Majors. Down and away. 14.48 seconds. A quick stop. Few drivers did stay out onto the racetrack during this exchange. Brent Butler, Kyle Hardy, Josh Mears, Todd Kleek, Garrett Johnston, James Pileski, Peter Ruzick. So the top 7 making their pit stops prior. Brent Butler is the race leader. His last stop was lap 16, so he's been out there a little while. We'll see the difference in tires, what kind of difference that makes here when we go back green flag racing. Pace car lights are off. We'll be green next time. We do have a car parked here on the back straightaway. I think that is the 00. Yep, Mike Koch getting going here. Had to wait for some cars to pass. Maybe that wasn't. Tim Schofield with the nose missing. I think it's looking like a modified out there as the green flag comes back out. We're underway. Butler got a good restart. Battle for second, side by side off of 2, and they bang doors. Hardy and Josh Mears making contact on the exit of turn 2. They both continue on and keep up the fight. Hardy hangs on. Oh, one car in the wall. Todd Kleek in the 45, a little off the pace here. I think he was the driver that got the fence on the restart. Back in the 25th position. Oh, in trouble behind again. Man, they all hang on to it. Unbelievable. Back up front, change of position for the second spot. Josh Mears going around. The 35 of Hardy. James Pileski may be doing the same. Remember, he took tires about 10 laps prior. James Pileski now hunting the 36 machine to Josh Mears for the second spot while Butler continues to drive away. Clean air is king, and he's showing that right now. 60 laps complete here from Rockingham Speedway. We're going to take a side-by-side track limits break. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.
Caution is out. Hold your position. I know, man. start putting like an age limit on racing or something, you know?
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Green flag.
Back at Rockingham Speedway, James Pileski now to the race lead. Mears runs second. Kyle Hardy third, and TJ Majors, the freshest tires of the bunch. He runs fourth. A little more cloud cover here at the Speedway. We got a car in the wall on the backstretch, straightens it out. Brian McCann now up into the third spot. Just ran his fastest lap of the race at a 23:38. Oh, the 35 might be going around. Kyle Hardy saves it. 3 wide off of 2 more contact. 33 trying to hang on to it. Kevin McCann does so. Man, these cars are tail happy. Kevin's still hanging on to it. Pileski continues to lead, but Brian McCann hunting the front on fresher tires. He is there. Ryan now with a run to the outside, gets a nose alongside Pileski at the stripe. He'll take the top spot and easily clear the 93 into turns 1 and 2. Looks like Matt Kopp had an issue a moment ago. Let's check it. Oh, big hit for the 22. Chain reaction. Mears hanging on to third. TJ Majors now up into the 4th spot. Brandon Mefford rounding out the top 5. 70 laps complete. William Tyndall now to the inside of the 6 of TJ Majors out of turn number 2. Has the run. Brandon Mefford in behind the 6. Had a run too, but nowhere to go with it. Now back to the top of the racetrack goes the 83. Trying to build yet another run. McCann continues to lead, a half-second advantage on James Pileski. Now the 15 of Garrett Johnston looks to the inside. Tyndall drives away on the tire tracks of Aaron Smith, who runs in the 6th position. Now Mefford trying to take the spot from TJ Majors. This would be for P4. Big wiggle out of Mefford. Loses some ground. He'll lose a spot too to Aaron Smith. Might lose more to William Tyndall. Smith now to the inside of the 6 going into turn 1. And we got trouble again. Brent Butler. Oh, big time wreck here. We got trouble. Butler facing the wrong way on the entrance to turn 3. Looks like Doug Wysocki, Casey Benson, Matt Mormond again. That 60 is just all sorts of trouble here tonight. Wreck already in progress here. I hate doing it this way. We're just going to rewind it. It's the only way we can do it. Looks like this started ahead with the 9. Adam Benefield. Big checkup. And just goes around, loses the back end. The 19 takes the air off the spoiler. Benefield just rides the wall to avoid any more chaos. Big time hits in turn 3. Sometimes it's best just hold the brake and call it a day. It's one thing I've noticed here. A lot of these guys just trying to drive through the wreck. You just got to check up. Caution number 7. 78 laps in here in Rockingham. Brian McCann still leads. James Pileski, TJ Majors third. Aaron Smith fourth. William Tyndall fifth. Looks like Aaron Smith third. Majors fourth. Formed up 2 by 2, ready for the restart. Half a lap away from the green flag. We'll get it back underway here at lap 80. Front row will be Brian McCann on the outside and James Pileski on the inside. I believe McCann chose the top lane for this restart.
Green.
Good jump by Brian McCann. Majors timed it well, too. Gets to the inside of Pileski into 1. Can't stay there. Pileski will hang on to P3. One car scrapes the wall off of turn number 2. Top 2, McCann and Aaron Smith now up into the second spot. Pileski slips to third. Then it's Majors, Tyndall, Mefford, Kevin McCann, Neil Quick, Strader, and Pettit the top 10. Can tell just how bumpy this place is with the onboard camera. These cars are dancing around the speedway. Side-by-side battle. Neil Quick alongside Kevin McCann. Kevin in the 33 on the top lane. Quick down below on the number 2. Continues to rage between Neil Quick and Kevin McCann, but Neil seems a little bit faster than the 93 of James Pileski, but has to get through. Can he kind of use Pileski Pileski is a pick now as he's the top lane, but Pileski back to the bottom of the racetrack, and now it's Neil's problem. Now McCann to the outside of James Pileski, way up the racetrack into the marbles, but keeps his foot in it, gets clear of the number 93, puts some distance between himself and Neil Quick. Quick's going to lose a couple of spots out of this deal, so 29 is in the mix. Meanwhile, out front, Brian McCann, Aaron Smith, still hot and heavy here, about a quarter second between the two of them, but about 2 seconds back is third place running machine TJ Majors. Now, I gotta wonder here, Majors was very quick in single lap speed. I gotta wonder if he's trying to save some tire. Now, I don't know if it's a great strategy necessarily, unless we get a good long green flag run here, but so far, that's not really been indicative of how this race is gonna go. We've had a bunch of cautions already to this point. But things clean up, we run long, and TJ's saving a bit. He may be right there in the hunt for this thing at the end. Big gaggle of cars just outside the top 10. Pileski continues to fall backwards. Oh, he's trying to come to pit road, it looked like, and he gets turned by the 38. Pileski last in the pits at lap 38. Tires quickly going away on the number 93 machine, and he pays for it. Can't really wave your hand out the window in iRacing. Unfortunately, seems like the 38 machine did not get the message. That was Chris Goins. So on pit lane under green after a half spin is James Pileski. We did not get a caution, so that is going to cost him a ton of track position on top of the pit stop. Adam Pettit battling for the 10th spot. Not for long as Mears takes it away and almost closes the door too soon. Pettit will battle back on the outside. Pettit's got to be careful. He already burned a fast repair, so he's out there with no safety net. Pettit's loose, right rear getting warm on the 49. He's got Garrett Johnston in the tire tracks. He's going to try and shove his nose up there. Does he go 3 wide? Just because it looks like the car will fit doesn't mean you should drive it there. Johnston thinking better of it. He's just going to wear him down, work the bottom lane here. No, he's going to switch it up, jump back to the top. Mears still on the bottom. Pettit in the 49 up top, and the caution's out.
Save. That was your car.
And it looks like Matt Mormon may be involved again. Or not. Maybe it's the 19. Kyle White showing some right rear damage on his machine. Let's see what happened here as we've got lap 100 on the board. Caution number 8. Yeah, Pileski back out there on fresh tires. I don't think that was intentional. It just got to him too quick, and he unfortunately just sent the 19 right into the pit wall. We got Zorku in the chat, says, this track can't be that hard to run. Well, personally knowing some of the talent level we've got out in this series, it's that hard. Saw it in the Pro Sim Racing Alliance when they ran here earlier in their season, and it was very similar to this. Got a handful of guys that run race cars for real, one of which being Bobby Hamilton Jr. If I remember correctly, he didn't finish this race either. Though, I will say this, I don't know for certain because I haven't put my wheel on my base in months. Been strictly microphone for a while. While we have the opportunity, we'll thank the sponsors here yet again. RS12 Motorsports, Coles County Speedway, R&R Racewear, Anything EC, Sparkle and Shine Mobile Detailing, 3 Wide with DJG, the title sponsor of tonight's race, Charity Motorsports, Supreme 3D Printing, Spartan Transportation, Premier Racing Setups, and Care for Kids. Just like that, we're ready for the restart. Lights are off on the pace car, so you know what that means. 1 to go. Half a lap away from green flag racing yet again. They get them done quick here. Certainly not like Pocono, where it takes 7.5 minutes to run 3 yellow flag laps.
Ready, green flag.
Oh, trouble off turn 2. Kevin McCann, another car goes around. It's the 81. We stay green. Josh Funkhauser in trouble off of 2. Might have got a piece of the wall, but we continue to run. Garrett Johnston, Lilith Peters back into the top 2. Peters started near the front. In fact, she started right where she's running. Had some issues early on, but has worked her way back into contention here, 104 laps in.
Caution.
And caution is out again. Chuck Sweeting,
Look here,
Matt Mormond in trouble. Again, with only one fast repair, I don't know how the fenders are still on that 60 car, but somehow... Got 9 cautions here tonight, and I think the 60's been in 5 of them. Got to admire the determination of Mormon, though. Continues to run. Not going to throw in the towel. Going to finish this one out. See what happened. Looks like Mormon just lost it on his own again. 75 collects. Then Mormon just trying to drive through the 75 to get back on the racetrack. I don't know what that's all about. Caution number 9. So Zorku in the chat asking a valid question. We're not trying to throw dirt on anybody here, but he says, is the 60 causing them, or is he an incident magnet? It's kind of been a little bit of both here tonight. I know for certain we've seen the 60 lose it on his own a couple of times tonight. He's been involved in some other incidents that weren't his doing as well. Been covering these races, whether it's IROC or anybody else, for, well, going on 5 years now. That's scary enough as it is, but he's not the only one. It happens. Sometimes it's just not your night. And Zorku, I'm curious. I don't know who you are at all, but do you have an iRacing subscription? Maybe hop in and run with these guys. See what you got. I've tried it. I didn't go very well, unless it was a road course, but believe it or not, these guys are tough. Pace car is in.
Green flag.
Peters now with the lead. The number 1 in P1. Garrett Johnston runs second. Majors third. Almost gets the wall. We got a big hit off of turn number 2, and we got a trouble. Big crash in turn 3 again. Cautions breed cautions, right? Zorku says, that I do. I'll keep it confidential, but I do. Fair enough. Come run with these guys anyway, just for funsies. I know the field's kind of full, but... So there was a lot of drivers involved in that. Unfortunately, iRacing's only telling me one, and that's Mike Koch. Let's see if we can see what happened here to the 00. He's been involved in a couple of these here tonight as well. At this point, who hasn't? Adam Pettit, and then everybody's just, I don't know, turning their brain off of turn 2, I guess. So let's see if we can catch this. So Pettit gets run over off at 2. All right, so let's see what happens here. Looks like the 44 may end up getting into the 00 here. So Neil Quick was checking up because he saw tire smoke. Can't say I blame him there, but then Mike Koch gets into the back of the 2, and it checks up everybody else behind him, and then chain reaction after that. .112 about to go up on the board. Lilith Peters still with the race lead. Zorku says, I'll see if they have an opening. I doubt they do. I think they got 44 on the roster. That's a big field. And honestly, it might have something to do with a little bit of the chaos. It's a busy place. I was talking to Chris Wally earlier on this evening, talking about running the bull rings at Las Vegas, for instance. They're going to run heats. So they're going to shrink the main event down to about 24 cars, and they'll have a consi as well. So we'll see a couple of races that night. It's going to be a long evening, but it should be a good one. But again, I will say, I'd much rather see a 40-car field with a little more chaos than 12 cars running green to checker without a yellow. It's more fun that way, I guess. Pace car is in.
Green flag, green flag.
Lilith Peters, certainly no slouch. She can get it done. Can she hold it on together here for the remainder of this race? She's on a different pit cycle. The way these cautions are falling, though, it still might work out. Garrett Johnston, a worthy contender in the second spot. Something about balance or whatever. Zorku, I gotta appreciate you, man. I love that you're chatting it up here. You add humor, levity, knowledge, a little sarcasm. I like it. Oh, Peters, a little tight on exit. Really lets Johnston reel her in. 46, a Chris Mefford into the mix now in third, trying to chase down Johnston, but Johnston wants the lead. He's got to pay attention to that 46 as Mefford gets the wall into one, keeps his foot in it way up the racetrack. Three-way battle for the race lead. Peters up the racetrack, staying in front of the 46, more worried about him. Mefford's there with fresher tires. He pitted lap 100, so he's flying right now. Gets to the inside, will take the top spot into turn one. Maybe not. Peters battles back on the outside. Nicely done by the number one. Battle continues for the second spot as Chris Mefford has his moment. Side by side now with Garrett Johnston. They'll take the second position away cleanly now. Peters just needs to get settled in. Now she's reeling in some lap traffic. Got to be careful getting through that. Don't want to break too much momentum down to the bottom of the racetrack. Mefford up the top again. Sometimes I'm not sure if he's just trying to get a run or if he lost the nose. He's in dirty air behind Peters. Very impressive run so far, though. About 25 lap older tires on the one compared to Chris Mefford. She battled back. Took the spot away from Mefford, but Mefford right there gives her a little shot going down into turn number one. Mefford way up the racetrack now, has to check up. More dirty air from Peters. I know some people hate it, but man, she's doing a good job with that aero block. And Mefford gets the wall just a bit. Garrett Johnston now putting the pressure back on second place. Way down to the bottom of the racetrack, switching lanes. Slide job tried. Nope, not enough room, or is there? Mefford gets there. Peters is going to give him a shot. Still to the inside. Crossover from Lilith. She's the bottom of the racetrack now, trying to take the lead back from Chris Mefford. Side-by-side battle. They're exchanging positions. Real loose off at two. Peters is going to lose some momentum. Might lose second place here as Johnston's going to take advantage on the outside. TJ Major is coming into the frame here, so is Christian Strader. So the top five all here at the front of the field. Man, I know there's been a bunch of cautions tonight, but when they're running hard. Chris Mefford, new leader here at Rockingham. Garrett Johnston back on the attack, trying to take it away himself. Coming to 50 laps to go. I hate to give it another Fox moment, Zorku, but I got to do it. Side-by-side break coming up. Stay with us.
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Back at Rockingham, the action has not slowed down, and Strader has jumped to the front of the field, finally getting clear of Chris Mefford and putting a gap on the 46, 3/10 back to Chris Mefford. Lilith Peters has slipped back into P6, tires going away on the number 1 machine. Needs a caution, something fierce. She waits long enough, she's going to get one. Three wide at the front. The Mefford, and at the bottom it's Brian McCann, some IROC veterans. 3 wide as Chris Mefford gets the wall. Brandon Mefford, the meat and the sandwich, and here comes the 88 of Jason Nilgis. Haven't talked much about him tonight, but now he's up in the front. Nilgis now off the cut. Little bit of contact with Chris Mefford. Crosses over in front of Brian McCann, underneath Brandon Mefford. Contact, and Chris Mefford goes around.
Caution.
Caution is out. Lilith Peters gets her wish.
Pressure, temperature right there.
You saw it live. Let's take a quick look at it again, though. A little bit of contact, and the 46 went around. We'll call it 3 wide. McCann on the bottom, Brandon Mefford in the middle, and Brandon comes up and clips his brother in the left rear, sends him into the wall. Good thing Thanksgiving's not tomorrow. Lilith Peters going to come to pit lane here with some good track position. She's 4th now. Definitely had the short run speed, even on older tires, so definitely don't count her out as she's pushing Brandon Mefford down pit lane. Got Dakota Dean in the chat. Hate to see it, but that was some great racing now. Thanks for checking in, Dakota. And a race off of pit road, 3 wide race. Peters will effectively not lose a position in the pits, I don't think. Aaron Smith did stay out on the racetrack. And Peters very slow. I don't know if she's got a penalty coming. Oh no, the one headed to pit lane. What do we say in racing so often? Don't beat yourself. That is too bad. She had a fast run going. I don't know if it was too fast exiting. Very well could have been the case for the one, Lilith Peters. Got the caution she needed for the tires, was in good position for the end of this race. And there she sits. It's going to restart 5th. She'll head back out. Now, I don't think, maybe that wasn't a penalty. Maybe she didn't get enough fuel in it. I don't know. Either way, it's cost her big. So that's one thing I don't really like about iRacing is when there's a penalty like this, I don't know what the penalty was for. It doesn't give any indication of that, but I guess it is what it is. Back underway, Aaron Smith out to a big lead already, half second over Christian Strader. And trouble again off of turn 2, they get all jacked up. Somehow they stay straight, someone lost a bumper cover and we're still green. So now, can Brandon Mefford run down this 70 of Aaron Smith? He's got 28-lap older tires underneath him, and that is a legitimate... And we got trouble off of 2.
What you got going on out there, bud?
And I hate to say this as well, it's gone from bad to worse for Lilith Peters, I think. She may have been involved in this as well. She checks up, which is good. Wondering if somebody else behind her did not, or did she just get on the binders enough that iRacing thought she wrecked? It looks like that's the case. No damage to the one, just some hurt pride still from that second stop coming to green. Now, my guess, Aaron Smith might be gambling a little bit here that we're going to get a rash of cautions again now that we've had a caution. We said it earlier, cautions breed cautions, and that's kind of what's happened here. You get the field all packed up. You got drivers out there on varying strategies, some with tires, some with older sets. Really right now, though, a good portion of the front runners, 17th, 18th on up, have fresh tires with the exception of Aaron Smith. Going to give another restart here. Aaron Smith will take the top lane on the restart. Brandon Mefford's going to need to time this perfect. Aaron Smith, Brandon Mefford, Christian Strader, Jason Nilgis, Brian McCann, Chris Gones. First 3 rows.
Green flag.
Aaron Smith gets away. We watch the battle for 4th position here. Christian Strader, Brian McCann. Now it's Strader and Nilgis side by side off of 2. Just gets through, stays ahead of the 29 and the 3 down the Thunder Alley backstretch, and the 81 is around.
Caution.
51 is around. That is Chris Wally in trouble. Caution out again for the 13th time. So the gamble for Aaron Smith so far seems to be paying off, as he's really not burning off those tires much. They run a couple of laps, then the yellow comes out. He's got to worry about heat cycles at this point. Let's take a look at what happened to the 51 just a moment ago. Put us under caution for the 13th time. Lilith Peters scraping the wall a bit. I don't think that plays a factor here. No, Wally just gets loose on the low side of the track, tries to hang on to it. Lucky to not be collected there, but nonetheless, the caution comes out. So I guess my late race prediction here is if this thing runs long, if we get a long run here to the finish, I think Aaron Smith's in trouble. But if we continue to get cautions and it's just quick, short bursts, he may have a shot here. Now, with that said, we've seen Aaron Smith do some incredible things in the iRacing service, so he could make me a liar. Shadow's getting a little long here in Rockingham. 25 to go. We'll have 24 remaining when we take the green flag. Anthony Mears in the chat, really enjoying the race. Go get them, Josh Mears, number 36.
Ready, green flag.
Ooh, Smith spins the tires a bit, but still caught Brandon Mefford asleep, and now Brian McCann's going to get to the outside. He'll take second, and he gets clear of Mefford into one. Brian McCann now to the second position. He has new tires comparative to Aaron Smith. Can he run him down? 2/10 the advantage for Aaron Smith as they head down into turn number 3. Oh, some trouble behind. We got a big wreck.
Caution. All right, save your stuff, save a little fuel.
Majors is going to get a piece of this. The 00 is in it. Still drivers piling in. Caution out for the 14th time. Mike Koch, front end tore up from the floor up. His night likely done. Zorku says it, 70 already in danger of getting passed. He's probably begging for nothing but cautions here on out. Well, so far, begging is working. Talk about a crab walk. Take a moment once again to thank the sponsors, RS12 Motorsports, Coles County Speedway, R&R Racewear, Anything EC, Sparkle and Shine Mobile Detailing, 3 Wide with DJG, Charity Motorsports, Supreme 3D Printing, Spartan Transportation, Premier Racing Setups, and Care for Kids. Zorku says Lilith got awful close to the barrels. Let's take a look at it. Whoa! Talk about threading the needle. I suppose she could have gone down pit lane there and avoided the chaos, but yeah. Kept it on the racetrack and out of the barrels and didn't hit anybody. She's not out of this either. She's up to 12th. Pace car heads to pit lane.
Green flag, green flag.
Smith gets out in front of Brian McCann. 3/10 the advantage out at turn number 2. Brian needs some long run here to catch the 70 and get clear. No more cautions would do him good. Aaron Smith would love to see some more. McCann is there, drove it deep into turns 1 and 2. "17 laps to go. McCann takes a peek to the outside. Smith closes the door, a half car length separating the top 2. Peters now up into the top 10. "15 laps to go for Aaron Smith. Can he hold off Brian McCann?" Top 2 getting away from the rest of the field. This really could come down to the 2 of them if we can stay green. McCann's definitely a bit faster in the middle of the corner. Right there, just a 10th. A few feet off the back bumper of Aaron Smith. Smith keeps it down low side of the racetrack, coming to 12 laps to go. And McCann stuffs his nose in. Side by side for the lead here at Rockingham. Brian McCann down low on Aaron Smith. Smith gets the run out of turn 2. Will the tires last for a 10.5 more laps for Aaron Smith? Took the gamble, stayed out when everybody else hit pit lane. Last lap for McCann, a 10th faster than the race leader. McCann with a run into 3, gets to the bottom of the racetrack, has to lift a little to stay off the door, but back in the gas. McCann faster still, remains alongside. Now for the lead in turns 1 and 2. Side by side, onto 2. Little wiggle on a Brian McCann. Loses a little bit of ground as he stays. No, runs back in behind. Goes to the top now. Going to build a run out of 4. Aaron Smith a little faster that time. 10.5 quicker than Brian McCann. Gotta wonder if there's just too much heat into the general tires of Brian McCann at this point, trying to run down and pass Aaron Smith. Aaron's got the clean air, so he's got that advantage to his credit. Coming out of 4, it'll be 6 laps to go. How far is Brian McCann willing to push the issue as this race comes to its conclusion? 5 laps to go as they cross the stripe. McCann is there, less than a tenth off the back bumper of Aaron Smith. McCann there, taking a look, dives to the inside in turn 3. Smith gives him room, doesn't pinch him. Smith wants the run. Little slip by Brian McCann off of 4. Has to check up again. Brian McCann keeping Aaron Smith honest here. Coming to 3 laps to go. Meanwhile, while this continues, Brandon Mefford closing the gap on these race leaders. It's chopped down 0.2 of a second, last handful of laps. Two to go. Can trying to change lanes, wants the downforce on the nose of his car, builds a run off of turn number 2, might set him up for an opening into 3. There he goes, takes a look to the bottom of the racetrack for the race lead here at Rockingham. Can he get it done? Still side by side, he needs to get it to stick this time. Coming to the stripe, white flag, last lap from Rockingham. Side by side for the win at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Real loose off of turn 2. McCann never lifts, but he'll tuck back in behind. That might do it. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Aaron Smith looking out the rear view, but now he's looking at a checkered flag. Race win, Aaron Smith. Aaron Smith picking up his first win on the season in the second race of the season, and he earned this one with 28-lap older tires than Brian McCann. Brian had opportunity abound, got alongside multiple times, including the last lap. Aaron Smith holds him off. What a victory for Aaron Smith. Parks it in victory lane. And that'll do it here at Rockingham. We'll step aside, get our break out of the way. We'll have our top 3 finishers in the booth after this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, Just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers. Facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics, LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series. Kyle Steffens, UMP Modified and Silver Crown driver. And Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Back at Rockingham Speedway, Aaron Smith picking up the first win of the season, and the second race of the season. We'll see if we can get a word with the driver of the number 70 and get his take on tonight's race. Aaron Smith, it's Steve with Track Limits Network. You got us?
Yeah, gotcha.
Aaron, congratulations, man. A third-place start and a race win on some bold strategy here late in this race. Staying out when everybody came down to take tires. You were 28 laps deficit on those tires, managed to hold off a hard charge in Brian McCann. Man, how did you do it?
Yeah, I had another race here about a month and a half ago, maybe a little longer than that, where I did the same thing on 20-lap older tires. I wasn't sure if the extra 8 laps were going to work out, but I knew that if I stayed in the top line and just like stuck there for the rest of the race, I'd have a shot at it. But yeah, I had to count on Brian being as patient as he usually is, and I appreciate him not sliding up and killing me, because I definitely wouldn't have blamed him if he did. I know it's frustrating getting stuck on the bottom, even on even tires. It's a struggle down there, so to be able to hold him off there in spite of all of that, it was a great race.
You had the top line, and it certainly was working to your advantage on corner exit. You weren't really pinching the 3 at all. Was there any thought to that whatsoever?
Yeah, I wanted to pinch him, but I knew how straight the exit is if you ride the bottom line against the inside line, like the painted line on the bottom there. If you get too far down there, you go straight on exit and kill whoever's on top of you. So I didn't want to put him in that position, and I also didn't want to put myself in the position where I'd screw up and hit the wall. So yeah, everything worked out perfectly there, and I'm glad we saw the end of the race green.
Picked up the win here tonight. Cautions helped you to get towards the end, but you still had to work for it, so job well done there. We look forward now to Dover Motor Speedway next week on the concrete surface, and high banked, a very fast mile oval next week. What's the game plan rolling into Dover?
Dover's one of my worst tracks in almost every stock car on this sim, so we'll have to see. I don't know how much damage control I'm going to have to do, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We have a pretty good selection of tracks here coming up, so hopefully I'll be able to compensate for it regardless.
All right, Aaron. Well, again, a job well done here tonight, man. Who do you want to shout out to?
I don't have the cue card with all the sponsors on it just yet, but yeah, I'd like to thank all the folks at the IROC Challenge for putting on another great season. We're only 2 races in, but I'm having a lot of fun so far. It's good to be back, and I'd like to thank you for broadcasting, all the folks for watching. Looking forward to hopefully getting back up here at Dover.
All right, Aaron. Congratulations again, man. Good luck next week.
10-4. Thank you.
Aaron Smith, your race winner here at Rockingham. We're going to talk to hard charging Brian McCann here. Put it on pole position here tonight. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get to that checkered flag prior to Aaron Smith, but a second place finish to boot. Brian, it's Steve with Track Limits. You got us?
Hey, I do, Steve.
Brian, congratulations, man. A hard-fought second place. I know you wanted that one bad. You threw everything but the kitchen sink there at Aaron Smith. Even on fresher tires, he was able to hold you off. It seemed like dirty air might have played a factor, but also being down on the bottom of the racetrack didn't quite pinch you down, but you had some trouble putting the power down on corner exit.
Yeah, I was trying to hit him, just couldn't quite get to him. Every time I was trying to hit him, he'd move out of the way, so he's pretty smart about that. I'll have to learn in the next few races. But anyway, yeah, 28 lap difference on tires there. I thought I would have it easy getting around him, but no, he was fast and it was hard to pass. And I made a mistake of taking a full tank of fuel. So on exit, I was real loose and I just couldn't get back on the throttle. But I can get beside him. I just couldn't get him off the exit.
Certainly put on a good show there in the closing laps, or at least had some stretch of green flag at the end. But those handful of cautions there near the end of this race, did that really play a factor for you?
Yeah, I was got real lucky on the restarts, starting on the outside there, and I think I went from like 4th or 5th straight to 2nd, so that helped out a lot. And then earlier in the race, I had a big mistake on pit road, sped, and had to go all the way back to the back, so that was fun navigating that. But other than that, we kept it clean tonight, and shout out to Aaron for taking the first regular track season win.
Kept it clean for sure. Second place finish. A good points night. Nobody likes those. But either way, we look forward to Dover Motor Speedway next week. Concrete, high banked oval. I forget. How well do you run at that place?
Yeah, it's about a medium track for me. I usually wear the tires out, but this car, it ain't so much about tires. It's more about heat. So pretty good at managing that. So hopefully we can do pretty good at Dover.
Looking forward to it. Brian, congratulations again, man. Who do you want to thank before we let you go?
Oh, I ain't done one of these in so long. I done forgot.
Oh, stop it.
Shout out to my family. You for doing the broadcast. Wally for making this an amazing league. 41 drivers tonight. And shout out to all the drivers showing up. Fun race. And everybody watching. Thank you.
All right, Brian. Thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck in Dover. Brian McCann, your second place finisher here at Rockingham Speedway. Next, we're going to talk to the 83 of Brandon Mefford. Worked his guts out here tonight. Let's see what he has to say. Brandon, it's Steve with Track Limits. You got me?
I got you, Steve.
Brandon, congratulations, man. Third place after a P7 start. As I said prior to pulling you up here, you definitely had your work cut out. You worked your butt off tonight. Walk us through your race, man. What were the challenges you had to face this evening?
Now, the first challenge is I haven't been doing this a lot lately, so took a little break to go racing in real life, and so trying to get back used to the sim and different feel, and then racing with all these guys, the stacked field of drivers in this deal, and you really got to watch yourselves to even just stay out of trouble and not be in someone's way, and everyone's driving a different line here, so the race was really kind of odd, and you had to be up on the wheel, and hell, I think I wrecked my own brother a little bit ago, and I'm sure he'll have some words for me here later about that.
Well, it's something we said in the broadcast. It's a good thing Thanksgiving isn't this week, so you got some time to smooth that one over. But Dover's next week, another track that's close quarters, high speed, high banks. How do you prepare for Dover?
Show up on race day and go racing. That's how I'm going to do it.
No better way to do it. Brandon, congratulations on P3 here tonight. Who do you want to thank?
Well, since the other two guys didn't have the sponsors, I went chasing for them. But shout out to all the guys that have showed up for this league. There's 40-plus drivers. Chris Wally's done a heck of a job at getting this thing back on the road after a tough season last year. But he's got a whole mess of sponsors, and I want to shout out to those guys: Spartan Transportation, Coles County Speedway, RS12 Motorsports, Premier Racing Setups, R&R Racewear, Charity Motorsports, anything PC, AEC, Care for Kids, Ellie's Place, 3Y with DJG, and Supreme 3D printing. Shout out to those guys for coming on board and get this thing back to being broadcast so you can do your thing and make us all look good and sound good and give us something to watch, Steve.
Well, appreciate it, Brandon. I think you got everybody. I don't know if I heard Premier Racing Setups, but either way, they're there too.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get some guys missed, but a bunch of guys came on board, so super proud of Chris for going and doing that.
Awesome to see you, Brandon. Congratulations again, man. Good luck next week.
Thanks, Steve. Take care, bud.
Brandon Mefford, P3 here in Rockingham. That'll do it for the interview portion of tonight's broadcast. Let's take a look here at our race results. Of course, we talked to our top three finishers already. Aaron Smith, Brian McCann, Brandon Mefford. Jason Nile just was fourth. Chris Goins finishes P5. Chuck Sweeting was sixth. Lilith Peters, man, she had a shot here for the win here tonight. Just had a problem there in pit lane. I'm not sure if there was a penalty involved or didn't get enough fuel in it. Whatever the reasons, she still battles back to a 7th place finish. Edges out TJ Majors in 8th. Garrett Johnston was 9th. Evan Janik was 10th. James Pileski was 11th. 12th went to William Tyndall. 13th was Joshua Mears. Chris Wally finishes in the 14th spot. 15th was Nuke Quick. 16th was Doug Wysocki. 17th was Peter Ruzick. Kyle Pendergraph was 18th. Tim Schofield 19th. Adam Pettit finished in the 20th position. Trying to get the rest of these to display here. Unfortunately, they will not, so we'll go down a different way. 21st, Brent Butler. Steve Durbin was 22nd. Chris Mefford, 23rd. Christian Strader, 24th. 25th was Mike Koch. 26th, Kevin McCann. Matthew Mormond, a very eventful evening for the 60, finishes 27th. Kyle White was 28th. 29th, Casey Benz. Jesse King, 30th. Kyle Hardy was 31st. 32nd, Josh Funkhauser. Neil Quick, 33rd. Andrew Allen was 34th. Larry Bruner, 35th. 36th, Adam Benefield. Todd Cleek, 37th. Brett Rinn, 38th. 39th was Matt Kopp. Brandon Leclerc, 40th. And last but not least, did not take the green here tonight, credited with 41st position, Zachary Cleek. With that said, congratulations to the winners here tonight. Top three finishers, that is. Really everybody that took the green flag here tonight or even showed up and tried to do so. Great race put on. I know we had a bunch of cautions tonight, but the racing was hot and heavy when we had some green flag action. That was a fun time. Got to thank the chatters in the stream this evening. Brett Wren, of course, Todd Cleek, Zorku, as always, Dakota Dean. Who else am I missing here? There was some others. I got Dakota Dean, Alice Allen. I think I got everybody there. But thank you guys for being here in the booth, in the stream chat. That's a big part of these things. Zorku especially. He gets a little chatty, but that's okay. I like that. I like the sarcasm sometimes. I just... it's good to have somebody chatting up there. So you guys keep it up. Maybe add to it. If you haven't been a stream chatter in the past, feel free. Those things are definitely open for you guys to say hey and chat it up. Make your comments that you want, good, bad, or indifferent. We'd love to see it. And it helps me here in the booth because I'm here by myself most nights. Once in a while, we'll get a Zach Millett or a Chris Goins to pop up here and help us out. But Goins is running in this series, so he won't be up here in the booth unless he decides he'd rather the microphone instead of the steering wheel. So again, with that, if you haven't already done so, hit the thumbs up on both streams. Again, we dual stream to IROC TV and Track Limit, so help us out there as well. We certainly appreciate that. It helps us here at the channel. It also helps the league. We get some fresh eyeballs on things and get some more drivers out there. But that's going to do it for us. I'm Steve Singer with Track Limits, congratulating Aaron Smith on the win here tonight. We'll see you guys next week in Dover. Have a good night.